When we speak about competition, competition is healthy, needed, but there is one term called over-competition. What does it mean? For me, over-competition means bad and cheap, or cheap and bad. And however you turn it, it doesn't pay off, because at the end, the consumer, the customer, doesn't get the benefit what he needs. And again, the benefit is not only the price must be fair, but it's much more important to have a good, sustainable service which gives you a pretty good basis for all the services we spoke about, e-government, e-education, e-health, and so on. One of the measurements is the SIM penetration. Frankly, I don't like SIM penetration as a main criteria, because there is very often inflation on SIM penetration. You can get SIMs for free. You can spend the few minutes which are on this SIM, and what then? It doesn't bring any sustainable value. It just costs both the operator and the market a lot. This can lead also to irrational pricing, which again limits the ability of the operator to invest and to innovate. As said, the market trends are going back to 3 operators, and as I understood, Angola has a chance to establish 3 operators as real market drivers, but it's of course up to the ministry and to regulatory body to make the framework for this. When we look at Angola, we have to, of course, to compare it with their peers. So you see here Angola in the part of medium income, but higher economic inequality. So this is something which has to be considered. This is very important and shows on one side the SIM penetration, but on the other side the human penetration. And you see here the number of human penetration, which is normed on adult penetration, adult part of the society. Very important. Angola is a young society, as I understood, and I see these numbers as very healthy numbers. Wherever you have these peaks on the very high SIM penetration and much lower human penetration, especially adult penetration, this is something wrong. The market is overheated. It has some kind of over-competition. At the end, it's not a healthy market. This is one good measurement of Angolan investment situation, and when you see the line, which is a direct curve which goes straight from the number of base stations per population and number of base stations per connections, you see Angola in the middle on a very good curve. So this means that the investment in Angolan telecom operators are the right one. So you can say you have good networks. Of course, these networks have to be utilized. But the good news is Angolan market is not underinvested. About pricing, and of course, this is a very important dimension, we see that the voice pricing in Angola is slightly higher than in a comparable peers, but it's not radically higher. Good news, the data pricing is in the benchmark, even in the lower part of the benchmark. And as said before, voice is declining, data is getting more important. So there is definitely something which can be done on the pricing side, but compared with investment, compared with the data pricing, it's an acceptable situation which can be definitely improved, but that's why we are here. So let me give some conclusions. Of course, not prevailing the conclusions which should be done on the panel sessions. We see that the industry has a significant change from voice to data, from mobile and fixed to integrated. These changes are driving consolidation of the market, but even more, it drives the convergence and integration, which leads to new business models. African markets face, on one side, disruptive industry changes, but also the local affordability. So this is a balance which you have to achieve. We have a competitive market, but again, please take care that we have structurally sustainable market with the right incentives. And there must be right incentives for the operator to invest invest and innovate. And again, from a metric perspective, Angola has some room for improvements. That's no doubt about this. But there is a very good starting situation where we can make, on one side, boost the convergence and make a full telco competition and not more of the same as we had the past decade. Thank you very much.